What is good, fellas, and hope you boys are all having a fantastic day. Today we're back ranking the best theme teams in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Before we hop into anything brand new though, we do have a few quick small things to go over. One, we are currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. If we can hit 7K before the end of March, you boys know there is going to be a giveaway for you. So if you guys are not already subscribed and you potentially want to win some money, you enjoy Ultimate Team content, or for whatever reason you really like me, there's a good chance you boys already know what to do. Drop a like if you have not already, and let's talk about the top 10 best theme teams in Madden 25. Now, for the longest time, this was a video I was completely fading, and because, fellas, it is hard to rank the best theme teams in this game. Well, you guys seem to love the video I posted about 2 weeks ago, so I'm officially announcing this as a every 2-week video. We will be dropping every single Tuesday afternoon. That is, unless EA drops content on Tuesday. Typically, we don't get content on Tuesday, so it kind of works out perfectly. This will kind of be something similar to the fixing subscriber teams, where I guess you could call it a series. But we're going to try to do it for the rest of Madden 25, definitely do it into Madden 26. But again, this is one of the harder ranking videos I have to make because, fellas, one, every theme team is usable in certain situations. And I mean, two, I am going to be sitting here telling you your favorite team, the theme team you are using your team with, is not good. It's not that it's not good, it just doesn't necessarily fit on the top 10. But before we get into the actual top 10, I do have two quick honorable mentions. I got the Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are rising up the ranks. They definitely need a new Tyreek Hill card and a better quarterback, and the Jets have been borderline top 10. They might be top 10 next week, or I guess 2 weeks from today. Either way, the Jets are a very good theme team. They just slid out of the top 10 this update. So number 10, I do have the Green Bay Packers. Now, when it comes to the cards that get all 32 team chems, for those wondering how I handle those, they only get the chemistries for the teams they actually played for. That's how Mutt.gg has it laid out, so that is how we are laying it out over here. When it comes to the Packers theme team, this is the only 93 overall theme team we will be talking about today, and well, hello, this team is insanely good. Their offensive line isn't anything too special. I mean, they have an 83 overall left tackle. They do have some decent guards, and Forrest Gregg is very good. He is a little bit undersized, but it'll still play. When it comes to the tight ends, we got Bennett, Jimmy Graham, and Clay Matthews, outside linebacker, out of position right there. Wide receiver core is where the Packers theme team is going to eat. I mean, you got Christian Watson, Donald Driver, Devontae Adams. Then when it comes to the running back room, we have Jamal Williams. I completely forgot Jamal Williams was a Green Bay Packer at one point in his career. We got Kurt Benkert, who does qualify for the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers. Now, off rip, you're kind of like, dude, how is this a top 10 theme team? Christian Watson is the best wide receiver in the game. I think that is a fairly common statement to be making. Jamal Williams can definitely get the job done as your running back. Devontae Adams is very good. You are, a little bit, I'm not gonna say like hindered by the quarterback, but like you'd want to see a more top tier quarterback, but like you have the best wide receiver in the game. When it comes to the defense though, this is where the theme team is going to eat for me personally. You got Xavier McKinney, Orlin Burks, Ray Nitschke, Jimmy Graham, Clay Matthews, Jonathan Owens, shout out Simone Biles, Herb Adderley, Reggie White, Kenny Clark, and Jaron Reed, Devontae Wyatt, Ted Hendricks, and Charles Woodson. I read that and I was like, oh wait, the fusion cards totally exist. They also have Julius Peppers back there, so you can just ignore the Devon Wyatt right there, and you can slide Julius Peppers in at your right end. But the offense was good. The defense is just objectively better. DBs could be a little bit better, but like, you got Reggie White, you got Julius Peppers. You have, in my opinion, a top 3 user in Ray Nitschke. You got Jimmy Graham for the size out there. Even though your DBs could be a little bit better, you still have Herb Adderley, who is a Super Bowl card, who is going to be good, and you just got a brand new outside backer with Clay Matthews. I think it's fairly safe to say this is definitely a top 10 theme team. I don't think we can bring them any higher than 10. And like, you could make an argument for like, hey, maybe the Jets are better. For today and today only, maybe the Packers are sliding in at number 10. Now, at number 9, we got the Detroit Lions, who I guess are a little bit more well-rounded than the Green Bay Packers. Offensive line-wise, we got Lucas, Glasgow, Brown, Flailik, and Woody. Tight ends, we got Eric Ebron, Sam Laporta, and TJ Hawkinson. When it comes to the wide receiver core, yes, they don't have Christian Watson, but they do have Calvin Johnson, Jameson Williams, and Nate Burleson, which is actually a pretty solid stack right there. It is carried by a 10 million coin card in Calvin Johnson, but it is what it is. Halfbacks, though, they got Jamal Williams. They have Adrian Peterson. Whenever that upgrade does hit, they are going to get a Team of the Year Jahmyr Gibbs. So maybe in 2 weeks from now, the Lions might be a little bit higher up. Jamal Williams is good, but Jahmyr Gibbs might be the best running back in the game. Quarterback-wise, they only have Matthew Stafford right now. Not a bad card by any means. Shout out Trey on that one. If you know, you know. but like there are better options you can rock out there. A little bit outdated. I don't really know what else I'd want to see there besides a Stafford card. Jeff Garcia was definitely good for his time. I don't think a Jared Goff card is going to be a top 3 quarterback in this game. And that will be the biggest issue with the Lions theme team. It's going to be a quarterback issue, but like I still think this team is very good. At one point, they were by far the best theme team in the entire game. It's not the case anymore, but they are coming in at number 9. And when it comes to the defense, we got CJ Gardner-Johnson. I guess we can give him Kyle Van Noy, even though the card technically is not in the game. Rodrigo and Sue mentioned right there. We got Calvin Johnson, Jalen Reeves from the Super Bowl promo, Darius Slay, Haloti Nagata, Kyle Vandenbosch, and Aiden Hutchinson, Ndamukong Suh, Bill Frelick, Zadarius Smith, and Carlton Davis. The defensive line is really carrying this defense right there. The secondary is also very good. I like the Rodrigo card as well. Calvin Johnson is still a stud, even though he is a 94 overall. The secondary, it might be a little cooked. I don't know if Darius Slay is getting an upgrade anytime soon. I don't know about Carlton Davis. I don't really even know who I guess Night Train Lane is back there. Definitely get a new Night Train Lane with the Easter promo. It happens every single year, so that is something to look forward to if you are rocking out with a Lions theme team. But I mean, this team is too good to not have included on the top 10. I don't know how I possibly forgot to mention the Buffalo Bills, but the Buffalo Bills were not written down on my list, but I do want to give them some love. They would fall in somewhere right around the 8 range, but like this team is not as good as it was 2 weeks ago. I believe 2 weeks ago I had him at number 4. The offense is still very good with Josh Allen. The wide receiver core is getting outdated. Frank Gore is good, and the defense, I don't think this is a top 10 theme team in the game. I didn't mention him in honorable mentions. I know Buffalo Bill fans will be pissed if I do not give him a shout out. So shout out the Bills. You're probably falling in as an honorable mention this week. At number 8, I got the Baltimore Ravens. The real reason the Ravens are falling down is the quarterback. There's a new Lamar Jackson dropping with Team of the Year, but since we don't technically have it, it's a technicality. I don't care. They're coming in at 8. They are still a top 10 very good theme team in this game. Offensive line, you got Stanley, Ben Powers, Matt Burke, Marshall Yonda, Willie Anderson. Tight ends, you want to see a little bit better. JPP, I have heard good things about that card. Isaiah Likely. With Stephen Gore, we got OBJ, we got Dion, we got Devin Hester, we also got D-Jack. Quarterback, we got Lamar, we got RG3 as well. And then running backs, you got Jamal Willis and Cordell Stewart. Good offense right here. Like I said, we are getting a Lamar Jackson Team of the Year, so that probably will bump them up a little bit. I just don't love this team. It doesn't have that like top tier wow factor to me. 98 overall, Devin Hester will be top tier wow factor, but we can't get that card for another 3 weeks or so. OBJ isn't as good as he used to be. Dion wide receiver is cool, but like it's cool as your 3rd best wide receiver, which I guess is exactly where he is falling in, but like still, once we get that, beast Lamar, which I got a feeling he's going to be an absolute dog, this team will probably rise up a little bit. Now when it comes to the defense, right here, we got Ed Reed, Kyle Van Noy, CJ Mosley, Roquan Smith, Terrell Suggs, Kyle Hamilton, I hope he won Team of the Year, Marlon Humphrey, Zach Mattabeast, JPP, Nate Wiggins, and Deion Sanders. I mean, yeah, this is another really strong defense right here. I guess we'll give Van Noy the nod. I like Zach Seiler. This is one of the more underrated AKA icon cards we have in the game. The reason I say underrated, I have been like absolutely shitting on this guy since he dropped. He has 3 AP unstoppable force. You are going to want to run him in at your defensive tackle position, but like, he's still going to be a stud. Deion, Nate Wiggins, and Marlon Humphrey are good. Deion is a top tier DB. Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey are probably falling in the B tier, which is not bad, especially when you are running a no cheat theme team. That is really competitive. When it comes to your linebackers, CJ Mosley and Roquan Smith are manning the defense. And as soon as Kyle Hamilton gets a safety upgrade, he will probably be the best strong safety in the game. There are some clear holes on this Ravens theme team. I think it is fitting that they are at number 8. But like, once these holes get filled, they're going to become so much better. At number 7, I got my Washington Commanders. They took a little bit of a slide from the previous week. Nothing too crazy. Trent Williams, Nick, Tyler Biazze, Sam Cosmi, and Andrew Wiley. Shout out the freaking playoff promo. Kyle Pitts fits here. I don't know why they don't have Kyle Pitts, but Kyle Pitts Fusion is your tight end 1. We got Deshaun Jackson. We got Jaden Mygout, Alfred Morris, AP, and Sean Alexander. If you run the Commanders theme team, you are rocking out with Sean Alexander, Trent Scott, Deion Sanders, and Terry McLaurin. I don't know why I just said Trent Scott like that, but it is what it is. This team has some glaring holes, similar to the Baltimore Ravens, but they have that top end quarterback. They also have a top tier tight end in Kyle Pitts. It should be there. Come on, mutt.gg. Wide receiver core is definitely lacking. Terry McLaurin needs an upgrade ASAP, but besides that, this offense is definitely very good. Running back room is weak as well. Sean Alexander, though, that card is 1 of 1. I promise you, if you want a value running back, 2 AP on your Sean Alexander, he is going to shred. Defensively, we got Dion, we got Marshawn Lattimore, Troy Vincent, Bruce Smith, Tim Settle, Montez Sweat, Ken Houston, Jeremy Chin, Frankie Louvu, Cody Barton, Bobby Wagner, Kyle Pitts. Fusion should be in here as well. We got Javonte Jean-Baptiste, and then we got Paul Krause as your free safety. Good defense. When you do slide in 96 overall Pitts, it does look significantly better. I like this team a lot. Obviously, I am a little bit biased because, well, I run this exact defense. Ken Houston is one of the best strong safeties in the game. Paul Krause will become even better once we can fully max them out. Good team right here. Some holes, that DT position. It's kind of funny. We spend, I guess, John Allen might be out the door, but we spend so much money on our defensive tackles for the best one to be Tim Settle. 6, I got the Dallas Cowboys. Tyron Smith, Larry Allen, Tyler Bialze, Zach Martin, Forrest Gregg, Martellus Bennett, Dion, Zach Thomas, fullback, Roger Staubach, Emmett Smith, gold 99. We cannot get that yet, but we'll call it a 90. He's a 96 or 96. He'll be a 97 by Thursday, whatever. Either way, Emmett Smith. That card looks so clean, by the way. Damn. CeeDee Lamb and then Brandon Cooks. I mean, yeah, this team is just getting better. If we were like tier ranking these, I think this tier right here is like the A tier. I think there's one more team you could call A tier theme team wise. Cowboys are in the middle between the Commanders, them, and then the team I have at one spot in front of them. The Tyrone Smith upgrade is huge. Last time we made this video, I was like, damn, the left tackle is a 89 overall Tyrone Smith, and then literally the next day after we got the 97. Team is definitely good. When it comes to the defense, I'm just going to expect it to be even better. By the way, the Cowboys cost you 20 million coins to build. Glaring hole right off rip is going to be Malik Hooker. Micah Parsons is still solid. DeMarcus Ware, but we have the 95 DeMarcus Ware. I don't know why they don't flip these. Zach Thomas, Eric Kendricks, Charles Haley, Donovan Wilson, Herb Adderley, Dante Fowler, Dante Poe. We got Izzy. I'm not saying that last name. Micah Parsons, Stephon Gilmore, Deion Sanders, and Mel Renfro. Two things. We know Micah Parsons is getting an upgrade with the Combine promo. The DBs, for how good the Cowboys defense has been, is a little bit weak. I mean, where's the Trevon Diggs upgrade? That's a little bit late on that one. Same thing with Deron Bland. I know he was hurt this year, but still, I do like Donovan Wilson. I don't like the hooker back there.
Stop it. Get some help.
Dante Poe is him. That is a big add to the defense, and once they do get the Micah Parsons upgrade, they're going to be significantly better. Number 5 is probably the team that benefited the most from the Combine promo. It is the Atlanta Falcons. They did not make the top 10 last week. Now they are sliding in at number 5. Chris Hinton with Jake Matthews back there, Matthew Bergeron, Alex Mack, Bill Fralick with Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry with Andrew Stuber. I'm done with the backups. Kyle Pitts, and Jonnu Smith, Devin Hester, Calvin Ridley, Bijan Robinson, Warwick Dunn, and Michael Vick, halfback Michael Vick, Dante Poe, Deion Sanders, and Drake London. Yeah, this team is very good. They have the second best quarterback in the game, in my opinion, in Michael Vick. If you can look past the whole lefty thing, Michael Vick is him. Kyle Pitts also very good at the tight end position. They got a brand new right guard in Bill. Wide receivers, Dion, Calvin, and Devin Hester are all very respectable. And running back wise, you just casually have Bijan Robinson, a card that, yes, is not the best running back in the game, but I think people forget to talk about him a lot. That is a very solid card. Now, defensively, you could make an argument like, hey, is this actually the number 5 theme team in the game? And like, I could get behind that, but you got to realize they have Fusion Kyle Pitts in the middle. They got Dante Poe at the defensive tackle position. This might be a bold take right here, and maybe I'm wrong. Looking at this again, the DB room is definitely weaker than I thought it was. I don't really care because that offense is one of one. Jesse Bates, Vic Beasley, Kyle Pitts will be your middle linebacker, Matthew Judon, Justin Simmons, Dion, AJ Terrell really needs an upgrade. They also have Grady Jarrett and Osai, so you can just flip those two right around over there. And then D'Angelo Hall. Is this better than the Cowboys? You want me to know below in the comment section, and the more I'm looking at this, I probably would go Commanders, Falcons, then Cowboys. Very good theme team. This is still going to make the top 10. I just don't know if they're number 5. They might be number 6. But fellas, at the end of the day, 5 and 6, like what's the real difference right there? Another massive riser this week is the Tennessee Titans. They went from maybe an honorable mention to now being number 4. Offensively, Josh Dobbs is carrying that quarterback position. Warren Moon is also still very good. Chris Johnson at 97 speed. Calvin Ridley, Randy Moss, DeAndre Hopkins, Jonnu Smith. They got Shiggy, Jack Conklin. Offensive line is cool. They got Kevin Mawae, Steve Hutchinson, and JC Latham. It's really being carried by the Pastronaut, Randy Moss. Pastronaut, Randy Moss. Two really good 97 overall players at their position. Yeah, that's right. We're calling the rest of the Titans offense a bunch of role players. Either way, passed or not, Randy Moss. I mean, gents, it really does not get much better than that. But I don't think you're running Titans theme team for their offense. You are running it for this defense, specifically this defensive line. Kyle Van Bosch, Jeffrey Simmons, Tavondre Sweat Meatloaf, and Javon Curse. Fellas, it does not get much better than that. And then when it comes to the DBs, you've got 94 overall Randy, who is still very good, Jason McCourty, and Adoree Jackson. Back there, we got Ken Houston. You guys know I'm a big fan of that card right here. Kevin Byard, Vic Beasley, Jack Gibbons, Robert Spillane, and Warren Moon. This is an S-tier theme team. They are very good. Obviously, they have some top tier players in the game, and that is carrying them a little bit. But Jeffrey Simmons, Tavondre Sweat, Pastronaut, Randy Moss, Ken Houston. Yeah, this team is legit, I promise you. Number 3, I got the San Francisco 49ers. Now, do they actually get Ricky Pearsall? We'll give it to them. Pastronaut, Frank Gore, Deion Sanders, Randy Moss. Those are very good, skilled position players. And if you don't want to give them, Ricky Pearsall, they have Braylon Edwards and Michael Crabtree. So they're fine on the wide receiver side of things. Vernon Davis, George Kittle, and George Kittle. I'm shocked we haven't seen a George Kittle in a minute. There was I guess it was like month of December and going into January, we got 4 George Kittles. Not complaining, just kind of funny. I'm shocked we haven't seen a George Kittle is where I'm going at with that one. We got Trent Brown, Lakeland Tomlinson, Alex Mack, Larry Allen, and Joe Staley. The offense is very good, but the defense might be even better. We got all the versions of Eric Armstead we have in the game: DeForest Buckner, Nick Bosa, Deion Sanders, Jadarius Ward, and Randy Moss. Jahari Brown, Charles Haley, Fred Warner, Frank Gore, Dree Greenlaw, Ronnie Lott. Well-rounded. I don't see any glaring holes. You could say Nick Bosa isn't as good as he used to be, but they still have Chase Young back there. DB room could be a little bit of a concern, but they got Ronnie Lott back there, so he's going to be a strap. Randy Moss, yes, he is an older card, but it is a 6'4", 95 speed DB. Jadarius Ward is the one all right, Moshi, what are you talking about? Besides that, this is the 3rd best theme team in the game, and don't at me on it. I'm gonna fly through number 2. It is the Kansas City Chiefs. It has been the same top 2. I'm gonna say this right now. It's gonna be Eagles at number 1 for the last 2, basically the last month since we got the playoff promo. Either way, when it comes to the Chiefs, we've got Warren Moon and Patrick Mahomes, Marcus Allen, and all of the different versions, as well as Kareem Hunt. The wide receiver room could be considered a little weak, but they have 97 speed Xavier Worthy, Joe Horn, Demarcus Robinson, D-Hop, and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill will get an upgrade very soon. The offensive line unit is also very good. Creed Humphrey, Will Shields, Andrew Wiley, Joe Thuney, and then Wanya Morris. Tight ends, they get Travis Kelce. I mean, yeah. When it comes to the defense for the Chiefs, I think their defense is better than their offense. Tyrann Mathieu, Drew Tranquil, Nick Bolton, Tyreek Hill, the best looper. If you know, you know. Terrell Suggs, Justin Reed, Jaden Hicks, Dylon, Darrell Revis, Don Terry Poe, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Jalen Watson, and I'm pretty sure Chris Jones won Team of the Year. They are going to have DT1. I'm going to say Don Terry Poe is still going to be the best defensive tackle in the game, but they're going to have defensive tackle 2 in Chris Jones, and they might have that right now with 96 overall Chris Jones. When it comes to the best theme team in the entire game, we are still going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. 25.8 million coins. You could have this demigod of a squad. The only hole people might complain are the tight ends, but just use a filler. When it comes to the offensive line, really not much there you would want to change. Receivers, you got Johnny Wilson, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Deshaun Jackson, Quez Watkins. You have just William Perry just for fun. Jalen Hurts. Oh, and by the way, they have Michael Vick, Saquon Vick, and DeAndre Swift. This offense is crazy. But then you slide on over to the defense, and it gets even freaking better. Gene's getting an upgrade this week. Brian Dawkins was ahead of his time. Zach Bond, Jordan Hicks, Levon Kirkland, Devin White, Malcolm Jenkins, because, yeah, another 5 million coins on a strong safety. Troy Vincent, Darius Slay, Nolan Smith, William Perry, Rasul Douglas. I mean, it goes on and on. You got Reggie White. I'm pretty sure the last time I made this video, so 2 weeks ago. I believe 2 weeks ago, the only complaint I had on the Eagles theme team was the free safety being CJ Gardner-Johnson. And, well, they got that taken care of with the Combine promo. That all said, boys, are the top 10 best theme teams in Madden 25. You guys can see how long this video took me to record. Let me know down below, what did you think about this? What team am I glazing? What team am I sleeping on? I mean, I'm telling you guys, I definitely pissed one of you off. If I pissed you off, go let me down below in the comment section. I'll get you boys bellows back here later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time, covering updates on every glitch. Drop a like. Peace, gents. I love you guys. Have a good one.